document comes to your office and you're not a financial person and you don't have financial experts in your office, you will be behind time.
I will send it to you. If you don't discuss it, don't.
No, I will discuss it.
Prove me wrong. The communication from the president say the financial instrument is sent to the House of Representatives on the 21st and it will pass on the 22nd. While we were in session, my office staff signed for my own 1:30 and the instrument will pass 1:45. It will pass in 15 minutes. I want to challenge this and see will let you come to your studio and come there.
Wonder if you pray for your people and yourself. I see that most of you on internet, what we're doing Israel. Why you are not doing Israel? One, you don't have the opportunity. Other people has. What you need to do is to pray so you can have the opportunity. We're in Israel. You don't need to be angry. I'm here now. All you got to do, touch me. Because we'll transfer. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be safe.
If you touch me, it's so good to see you. God bless you.
That money is the money we stole. You don't know. I don't know the sources of Mr. Benedict money. So it's a dark money. Nobody, Mr. Benedict, has not been able to convince Lecter where he getting all the money from.
Anybody who studied any of the mental science manuals, which is the DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, before 1974, homosexuality was listed as a mental illness along with necrophilia, zoophilia, and pedophilia. The decision in 1974 to delist it as a mental illness was not based on science. It was based on an opinion poll of only 6,000 people. So clearly, homosexuality is a form of madness and mental illness. And what they need is psychological care.
Well, every person might be a doctor of another kind who can determine the health of people. But I'm moving around, and who should know best about their own health but themselves? So maybe he knows more than the doctors and more than myself, but he's still my son.
That we made known that the achievement of a permit and a license to operate a radio station in Liberia under our laws is not his right. It is a privilege.
When documents go to your office, that's why you must have qualified staff to read your documentation and abreast you with the issues appertaining in the document. So nobody received document on one day and pass it the next day. Those documents were in offices and people read them. Of course, if another document comes to your office and you're not a financial person and you don't have financial experts in your office, you will be behind time.
I will send it to you. If you don't discuss it, don't.
No, I will discuss it.
Prove me wrong. The communication from the president say the financial instrument is sent to the House of Representatives on the 21st and will pass on the 22nd. While we were in session, my office staff signed for my own 1:30 and the instrument will pass 1:45. It will pass in 15 minutes. I want to challenge this and see will let you come to your studio and come there.
Wonder if you pray for your people and yourself. I see that most of you on internet, what we're doing Israel. Why you are not doing Israel?
And our young person was doing it. Sanakawa was going to scare them with cartel that nothing is that. They ain't get nothing inside. No power, no traditional power inside, nothing. Any traditional chief that gets smartphone and roller watch. Any traditional chief, as in the sense of soul and body and traditional chief, that got cell phone, that smartphone, will watch. That
who has that?
Zanakawa. That papa is smart and he just using job in his own. That man that I know traditional man. Zanakawa.
Say they got to take it easily.
Hey, please, I'm speaking as senator. That man is greedy. He's unprincipled. He using these people in the name of traditional chief. He get no power behind him. He have power behind him. When miracle or gonna win. He can't even make a web win in Delta number 2 in Grandmother Canada. He didn't want to get major we are win.
Donated vehicles to the Unity Party is totally untrue, baseless, unfounded, and has now become a smear campaign to distract the attention of our noble institution, the Mighty Congress for Democratic Change, CDC. At no time have I purchased any vehicle for or made donation of any kind, directly or indirectly, or requested any individual or business directly or indirectly.
Wake up from your sleep. My sister, too long, we've been in our sleep.
Good morning, good people and pleasant. Welcome to another fascinating edition of the program Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. We are here Monday to Thursday, 7:30 to 9 o'clock. Today is Tuesday, and it's the 30th day of April. The last day in the month of April. We are back in the guide. We used to recite 30 days September. I always do September. I think you know that in September. Yes, we used to say 30 days are September, April, June, and November. So this one has 30 days, and we say goodbye to the month today. Tomorrow we're ushering in the first month of my first child. Yeah. Good morning. Welcome. This morning, Akilo Fabri having a conversation with Mr. Dave Basigia. Basigia is going to be here lecturing with us on some national issues. But before that, hey, you people should not try me this morning. Let's go back to that. This is not the usual thing where you say they play, you win. No, this one you play, you win. You play, you win. So you know how to do it already, right? *799# and look for Sky FM. 100 Liberian Sky is at number 13. $100 Liberian. Get $100 Liberian. You sell it in the winning $2,500. You know how that young lady was excited yesterday, jumping over the field. Alright, so you got the $2,500 close to 4 days or 5 days. I mean, let's have fun and why your phone is being talked about. Alright? Let's be having fun. Let's be discussing critical national issues while at the same time you're using on the side, you're playing your game, right? Continue to play. If you have US dollar on your account, you can just take 70 cents of that money and play. I'm not going to look at the dashboard this morning. I'm going to wait until around 8:30 before I open the dashboard and know how many people have played, and then we draw, and then we just ask the company to do a draw for us. Then we call the winners and give them what they're supposed to get. Yesterday, Julius got 2 winners. Michael Bayo, Julius got 3 winners. I'm sure Michael got 2 winners as well. So you see, it increases. Sky never carry last. And I told the folks yesterday, we're not going to carry last. We know our listeners, they know how to respect us, they know how to believe in us, they're going to support us, they're going to make sure that we need some more. So it's going to be easier for people to find us, okay? But let's have a conversation on a variety of national issues this morning. Last night, Julius, on Spoon Talk, I was listening to Dr. Emmanuel Yakpawolo, the vice running mate of Councillor Tiawan Gonglo, who is now acting executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency. A couple of things he said, but there's one thing, one key takeaway, and I'm going to talk about it after this break. That's right. Welcome back to the program Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. Welcome to we are on Sky Communications Liberia Facebook page. We are also live on Sky TV channel 6 on YouTube. We are also online, right? So that's www.skyfm. Is that how, Julius, you want to call it?
We'll call it later.
All right. So we are also online, and certainly you can follow us both ways now. The three ways, three or four mediums, right? Traditional radio, Facebook, YouTube, and online radio as well. You can join us on either of those platforms. Let's have a conversation. You can call us.
Good morning. You can get us on Liberia Public Radio as well.
Okay, yeah, that's
Public Radio,
5 mediums.
Facebook page, and the YouTube channel.
The YouTube channel. So Liberia Public Radio's YouTube channel as well as its Facebook page. So we have 6 mediums. That's the reason why when you come here and we tell you that this is the price to promote your commodity or to sit on our shows and discuss your issues that you want us to highlight. Well, except when the human interest based, right? Of course, all of the issues are human interest, but other people have personal interest in certain issues, so they must pay for that. And we tell you that this is the price. Don't be scratching your head, because listen, we're giving you a lot in one package. We're giving you a lot. We're putting you on the radio. We're putting you on the Facebook. We're putting you on the YouTube. We're putting you on the online, right? Then we're taking you to our partners. That's Liberia Public Radio's Facebook page. We're taking you on Liberia Public Radio's YouTube page as well. So you have many ways that people can follow exactly what you're going to be discussing. But welcome to the program Sky Morning Live. Let's start doing it now. Start the playing. All right. I don't want to call it voting. It's not voting. It's playing.
Play the game.
It's a game. Start the playing Sky cash giveaway. We have some money to give away. So
we're cashing out more money this morning.
We're giving you more.
Look, yesterday we had 2 and we had 1 winner on the show.
Yeah.
And we are hoping to have 2 or 3 winners.
Yeah, 3 winners today before.
So just keep playing the game.
Yeah, keep playing, right? I'm not looking. The same way like
this morning.
I call the guy who does the street fries. We met him the other time, right?
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah, we met the fellow the other time.
Yeah,
he said 360. I'm not looking.
I'm not looking.
So I'm not looking at the dashboard this morning. And you know, one day I spotted that fellow, right? He was doing that in 360, but the lady he was doing the 360 with, he's standing and she turned her back. He turned his back as well to the lady, but again, there's a mirror. So apparently he was looking through the mirror.
I said, man, he's fine.
He said, do 360. Do 360 for the camera. I'm not looking, but he's fine.
Man, he's fine.
So do 360 for this game right now by just playing with $100 Liberian dollars, 70 cents US dollars, and stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. The code is *799#, and you can you select number 13. Sky FM is on number 13, and play as many times as you want. All right. When the draw is June, English is joining, not a destination. When the draw is June, you're certainly going to be able to. I mean, we know that somehow, some way, 2 or 3 person might win today, given the number of people that play. So let's start it rolling. Let's get it rolling already as we get into the critical national issues. Julius, Too many things to talk about. Too many things to talk about on the show this morning.
Sure.
We have an intellectual on the way this morning. Like I always say to him, he's my friend, he's my brother, but I don't like to give him a free ride. In fact, he doesn't like easy interviews. And today, Basigia must be prepared.
You know what? I saw him though. So
Yeah, I
I
mean-
saw you were running Grand Basel.
No, he came the other time. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I monitored. I think I was.
Oh, you were not here,
I was
right?
in Magibi.
Okay, right. Yeah.
But I monitored the show.
No,
actually.
exactly. You're right. He was not here, so he's coming in today. Yeah, the last time he came, you were. Yeah, you exactly.
I was in Magibi.
Yeah, you were not around. So he's coming in today. Well, I mean, he's one of the most excited defeated candidates I've ever seen. He's happy, like he did not even.
What you call excited?
He's excited. He's excited in a way that.
So is he happy that he lost?
No, he's not happy that he lost the election. But what I think the energy he wears is a positive energy. Those of us with positive energies, most time people think that we are not going through problems in our lives. We may be broken, but we wear a smile. We may be hurting, but we're always, making sure that we share love. We people may be pinning us, they be hurting us, they be killing us slowly, but we certainly there sharing love to other people. And that's how Basigia comes across. No wonder why our energies align, easily. Because I mean, he wears that positive energy when he enters the room. His energy fills the room, and you know that there's a man in there. So he has gone back to Basel many times, appreciating these people. In fact, he said, except other people come to disagree with him, that he's paid all of his pool washers. You know that after the elections, that's one of the problems that people have, right?
Yeah.
With political organizations, the pool washers you should have not paid, but this guy has done so. But anyway, it's not a promotional piece for Basigia.
He'll go back to run.
He said they're going to go back to run. Maybe by that time, I might be contesting in Lofa County too. To Foya District. No, I'm taking my hand for now. I might go to Foya District, my place of birth, and consult with my people. Maybe by 2026, after my wedding. I'm getting married 2026. After my wedding, I'm certainly going to change it. Did we ever discuss of a particular year, Julius? We don't have any conversation. I'm just giving you a privileged information about when I'm going to get married, and you change it. I mean, you're not a politician. You're not a politician. And Tim Max said I cannot be a politician because I am too scientific. Yeah, no problem.
2026.
Yeah, what's
my
wrong with
sister
that?
listening?
Yeah, she's aware. She chose the year.
Okay.
But she chose the year.
There might be a twist.
Julius, there's no twist.
There might be a twist.
I'm telling you here definitively
I said there might be
that,
a twist.
that your sister is the one that chose the year. She said 2026.
Okay,
I don't know why she's interested.
told you listening.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but David is working. David needs to start work now because see, my wedding bank is an investment. I want to use it as an investment. So I mean, David is not going to play with me. I don't need. I don't know what is the highest carat of gold that you can.
I don't know.
It should be maybe 100, 180, 1,000 plus. Can you get 1,000 carat gold, my lady? 1,000. It's okay. That's too much publicity for the wedding, even though it's just.
I'm a layman, so I got layman.
No, it's not layman thing. I'm using my wedding bank to invest. So I'm depositing some money in it. What are you talking? In this morning,
just in case.
Just in case.
But keep playing the game, man. Keep playing the game.
Yeah,
keep
sure.
Playing the game.
So 7 star 7 hash
keep
and
playing
select
the game.
Sky FM, and you're certainly going to stand a chance to win yourself
2,500.
2,500.
So that's option 13. Option 13 is where Sky FM is.
Yeah.
And then just for $111. If you follow yesterday, someone won on the show.
Yeah.
Even subsequent time yesterday in the evening, additional 5 persons won. So just imagine 2,005 times 6. You know what I mean? That we're giving away yesterday.
Yeah.
So you should know.
Yeah.
So today again, people will win. Tomorrow, every day will come, people will be winning.
People are winning
on this radio.
And,
on the program.
It's not a fake. It's not a fake. Initiative. It's a real one. Sky want to give you some money. Yeah.
What's that there?
Yeah, we're giving you some money, right?
Your pocket fat. You said that. Say,
oh, yes, certainly. We're giving you some money. But let's go into it, Julius. A couple of issues to talk about.
Yeah.
I know that you followed the situation involving Liberian musician Too Sweet.
Oh yeah.
And Abraham Nkrumah, the director general, right?
Yeah, director general.
Yeah. So of the drug enforcement.
In the deputy, you mentioned the deputy's name as well.
Yeah. So I mean, I listened to Too Sweet last night. I listened to Colonel Abraham Nkrumah. I mean, the two individuals, they all come from different, schools of thoughts. And obviously there's no way that they would just, gel easily, given that one person is chasing drugs. The other person already has this preconceived mind that the Drug Enforcement Agency boss is a murderer, because that's what Too Sweet said on the Spoon Talk, calling Mr. Kromah a murderer and so on, and so many names he went on to call. But a few things that AB said, though, that I think for me, my takeaway from the whole thing. Number one, he's concerned about why would a law enforcement officer invite a man who claims to be a clean businessman, because music is business. All right. So in case when you say businessman, I know that Too Sweet has this advertisement, something, right? He's involved into planting of billboards, around, and I'm very sure he has a lot of clients. And thanks to him for that innovation, that he's a musician and he's investing into all of that. But Too Sweet, according to the whole thing that went on, Mr. Kromah invited Too Sweet, and Too Sweet went along with him with several individuals. Connor Kromah put the number at 50 men were accompanied Too Sweet to a meeting that was called for by the Director General of the Drug Enforcement Agency. So according to the information, this man was basically invited to respond to few intels that Colonel A.B. Kromah had received on him concerning his whatever transaction. He did not say that this guy's a drug dealer and thing. He just got some intels, about 5 different intels according to Colonel Kromah. 5 different intels he got, and he thought to invite this man. All right. But he spent like about 15 minutes with this man on the phone, convincing him to come to this meeting. Initially, Too Sweet requested that A.B. Kromah goes to his office. And Mr. Kromah said, no, I'm not fond of going to people's offices. You can either, I will not also have you at my office because, it's not too feasible. Mr. Kromah still feels ashamed that the Drug Enforcement Agency's office is at that Fiamma area where they are, inhaling the terrible smell of the dump site that's just a stone's throw away from the headquarters. So he doesn't like inviting people over there. In fact, according to him, one of the longest time he's ever stayed at that area is when he was, he called a press conference. I remember I attended that press conference. But he went on to mention that why would a man without any motive come to a call of a security personnel, a law enforcement officer? Colonel Kromah had with him only one officer, only his bodyguard, waiting, expecting that he would have met a peaceful businessman and they just sit down and have a conversation. But unfortunately, he saw this man walking into Royal Grand Hotel with several individuals, according to the information, about 50 of them. 50 of them. So he got concerned. So who are these people? Why are you here with all these people, bro? I mean, I just call you for a little chat and you're here with all these people. Say, no, they're my man. They're my man. They provided me maximum. According to the information, I have not watched the video, but I listened to the Pioneer on Spoon Network last night. I also listened to Mr. Colonel Kromah himself, that this guy became arrogant. Too Sweet. Became arrogant. I don't know, is he the same person they call J Bobo?
No.
J Bobo is different, right? But he goes by the name Bobo. I think his last name, according to him. Dabo? Mamadou Dabo. Yeah. Okay, he said he came from Mamadou Dabo, right? So according to him, he was born somewhere around there's a field, Walker Field. Yeah. Walker Field used to be around no, not Walker Field. Not Walker Field.
Walker Field right here.
Yeah, right here. It should be Walker Field right here. Not Slipway.
Yeah, Walker Field on Broad Street. Good. It's not free, no more field.
It is opposite
just opposite DHL now.
Yeah, opposite
it's
DHL. Adjacent. Yeah, you're right. Adjacent Sports Commission opposite DHL. So that's where Walker Field used to be. According to him, that's where he was born. One of the panelists of Spoon Network said, but he lived all his life there before transitioning to the US. He'd never heard of any Bobo or Dabo family, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It could be that I live in an environment. There are people who live in an environment that even know their names.
I live around in Singapore. Who know? Nobody knows
Right.
me there because
So Julius,
my identity. So
Julius, the
many-
point is, this guy went on with about 50 individuals accompanying him to a meeting that was called for by the Drug Enforcement Agency boss, and he himself consented, and they agreed on the venue, for this meeting. What made Mr. Conor Krumah to get concerned is that why did this guy come with about 50 persons? What is his fear? What's his concern? Why is he about 50 persons? But this is not the agreement. This is not how. But anyway, no problem. We can have this meeting. You have to go, and we'll have to, sort it out another time and have a meeting and say, no, but these are my men. Before he knew it, the guy started blocking the entrances of the various areas. So his bodyguard too had to leave to make a call to Fadiga. And Fadiga was not too far from there. Fadiga is a deputy for operations, right? So Fadiga was not far from the area. Fadiga came. Fadiga decided to use the elevator. When he got to the elevator, the guys blocked the elevator as well. I mean,
that's according to A.B. Krumah.
That's according to A.B. Krumah. Julius, if that's how this thing went, and we ourselves have to apply effort to reach out to Too Sweet, speak with Too Sweet, or better still, we can just get their clips, the individual clips from Spoon Network, bring those clips and play them for the public to be able to decipher who's saying what, who's not saying what, who's relaxed on their information.
Before we go to the VOA,
right.
Let's say something here. I know Too Sweets. He doesn't really know me in person, but I know I play a song. Sometimes I speak to him. But to know me to be a radio person, I had to get show myself to people. Even though some of my colleagues will go to him. He's a businessman. I know he went into advertising and then doing music as well. I think the whole thing started when Too Sweet showcased his cars. It came a time that, you myself on Facebook. Sometime, I think 2 weeks ago or something like that, Too Sweet showcased his car and has small car girl. The man showcased his car. He packed I think 5 cars on the road, showcasing it, and then they left. But my point is,
and you think that's why the DA is going after him?
That according to what he said. So I think, when he said that, I think the insinuation is that he's a businessman. So AB wanted to know which business he do or he's doing. But again, I don't want to go detail. I don't want to go deep into this. As I said, we'll do our own investigation. I've been privileged to have Too Sweet's number. I'll call him. Maybe you and I can probably get to him, because I'm told that his office is on 6th Street. They'll do an exclusive with him. I guess Too Sweet, every time he went on Facebook to comment on this thing, he always say the video. So I guess he got videos towards that or to show that how he was treated, and stuff like that. So let me, I don't want to leave it that way. I didn't listen to Spoon Talk last night. In fact, I would have thought, because this thing started a long time, brother. I think 3 days now. And Too Sweet were constantly on Facebook, going live, referring to A.B. Krumah and Fadiga with different nomenclatures. So I thought that probably, for AB to appear on Spoon Talk last night, I thought it's belated. Because you are the boss of the DEA and the deputy for operation where, names were involved. So I thought by this time they had done some press release quickly, to just, maybe debunk what he said, but they kept quiet. And that's the reason why he escalated this way. Sometimes it's good to react to certain things quickly. They kept very quiet. They think happened, I think 2 or 3 days ago. And Too Sweet, every day you come on Facebook and refer to them, talking about them. They never released any press statement until he had to go on Spoon Talk. So let us send a Spoon Talk or not there. How will you clear?
So meaning that the DA would not have responded to
that. That's the point.
Yeah.
Unless maybe they can say they can get me, maybe they can correct me, but I did not see any press release from the DA. That's what I was waiting for. To have a press release from the DA before you contacting Director Krumah or maybe Fadiga or and Too Sweet. But also don't let leave it that way. We'll try to do our investigation and see. But for me, someone invite you to carry a crowd. I don't support that. I think the merit of the invitation is one issue to take. But man, let's just leave it that way and join the VOA.
Right, let's join the VOA at 8 o'clock. I'm sure our guests will come in a bit late. I want to just speak quickly to the EPA's boss, at
Same
session
day.
last night, right?
Okay, let's join the VOA.
Palestinian militants going back to the 2014 Israel-Hamas war. That probe is also looking at Israel's construction of settlements in occupied territory the Palestinians want for a future state. I'm Charles Philadesma.
Colleges around the United States are imploring student protesters of the war in Gaza to clear out tent encampments with risking rising levels of urgency. Police used pepper spray as they made more arrests Monday at the University of Texas. Protesters at Columbia University ignored an ultimatum for students to leave the encampment there or face suspension. The student negotiator, Seda Polat.
This is a smokescreen. Bureaucracy is a prison, and the students refuse to trade in the blood of Palestinians. The university has conducted itself with obstinacy and arrogance, refusing to be flexible on some of our most basic points.
Sound courtesy of WABC TV. The United States is stepping up pressure for a ceasefire deal in Gaza. Hamas officials are in Egypt to discuss the new proposal. Ahead of a visit to Israel this week, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken urges Hamas to accept the latest proposal, calling it extraordinarily generous on Israel's part. Terms have not been made public, but according to an Egyptian official, Israel has lowered the number of hostages it demands that Hamas free. This is VOA News. During a visit to Kyiv on Monday, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said that help is on the way to boost Ukraine's war effort against Russia, that allies are working hard to meet Ukraine's urgent needs.
And I have been clear that if allies face a choice between meeting NATO capability targets or supporting Ukraine, they should support Ukraine.
At a news conference alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Stoltenberg said despite Ukraine's losses, it was not too late for the country to win its defensive war against Russia as long as more weapons arrive there fast. AP correspondent Jackie Quinn reports 4 law enforcement officers were killed while trying to serve a warrant in the U.S. state of North Carolina.
Police in Charlotte, North Carolina, say more than one suspect fired on officers when they tried to serve a warrant at a home. Authorities say several officers were killed in a shootout, and a half dozen other law enforcement officers were injured. A suspect is also dead. The Charlotte Mecklenburg police chief says the officers were immediately fired on when they approached the home to bring a wanted armed felon into custody. Police shot one suspect in the front yard, but then more shots were fired from inside the house. I'm Jackie Quinn.
Scotland's First Minister Humza Yousaf has resigned. It triggers a leadership contest as the governing Scottish National Party seeks to heal internal divisions and strengthen its position ahead of UK-wide parliamentary elections expected later this year. Yousaf's pro-independence party had been weakened by a campaign finance scandal and divisions over transgender rights. He was brought down by his decision to oust the Green Party from his governing coalition because of differences over climate change goals. He resigned after being unable to cobble together a majority in Scotland's devolved regional parliament. President Joe Biden and his Mexican counterpart, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, spoke on Sunday about cooperating on. The conversation came as Biden continues to consider whether to take executive action that would crack down on the number of migrants arriving in the southern U.S. border. Joint statement from the two men says a call centered on their joint efforts to effectively manage migration and strengthen operational efficiency on the U.S.-Mexico border. The Mexican leaders said that the two countries have made progress in controlling unauthorized migration. I'm Tommy McNeil, VOA News.
If like my boom making you fire, hold it tight. Anything you into, hold it tight. Now Osmo giving you my hold it tight. Anything you into, hold it tight. If I'm a story, you can put all your prayer, hold it tight. Olive you, anything you into, hold it tight. If she cooking and giving you food, hold it tight. Anything you into, hold it tight. I say I thought you, I thought you, I thought you. I say I thought you, I thought you, I thought you. They will eat with you, drink with you, they drag with you, but you don't know that. They will eat with you, drink with you, they drag with you, but you don't know that. If I'm a boom making you fat, hold it tight. Anything you into, hold it tight. Now Osmo giving you my hold it tight. Anything you into, hold it tight. If I'm a story, you can put all your prayer, hold it tight. Olive you, anything you into, hold it tight. If she cooking and giving you food, hold it tight. Anything you into, hold it tight.
But something wrong with Frankie.
What?
Because the girl cooking gave me food, some already
So
I food for blood, man.
No, I beg you. I'm tired yesterday. Something happened at SKD, so just want to probably read it quick.
Yeah, please.
What is it? I want to read a quick press statement, press release from the Labrador Football Association. You know, yesterday I was saying something here. I said if the referees are not careful, the whole country meeting will spoil it.
Right.
Not just this year, but every year that come.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's good to have professional referees. The guy that ref the game between Grand Gida and Nimba yesterday, he's a good friend of mine. We all grew up, he's older than me though, but we all grew up on the Brown camp.
Mm-hmm.
There's a same man that was suspended once upon a time, 2019. Suspended 2019 by the FA for bribery.
Mm-hmm.
A referee, the same guy. They call it Joseph Togira.
Right.
But we can, on the can you call Kai, And yesterday, look at the goal. They made cancel. The surprising thing, they make up for the goal, and the landsman started to run to the center of goal. He said, "I go." Landsman started running. All of a sudden, they make cancel the goal. So now the Bravo Association did a press release. They say LFA expels referee Josephus Togira.
Again.
They want to expel,
okay.
Not suspend. The first one, they suspended him for, I think, for 2 or 3 years. But then one part, they said they expel him.
Wait, let me just inform the folks. Let's play this game. Play it. Win some money for yourself this morning.
Yeah.
All you have to do is press just dial *799#. Select the number 13. Sky FM is on number 13. I want to get like 2 winners today before leaving this show. I mean, you guys are not doing well. I mean, I just turned to the dashboard right now. You're not doing well. You gotta double up. Yeah, double up.
So
for your own good.
So the Labrador Associations writes this morning 31 minutes ago.
Right.
It said LFA expels referee Josephus Togira.
Mm-hmm.
It said the Labrador Association has, with immediate effect, expelled Class A referee Josephus Togira from all LFA organized activities.
Mm-hmm.
Togira expulsion is inconsistent with the referees committee's report from the March Nimba versus Grand Gida in the ensuing national county meet.
Mm-hmm.
His poor officiating brought refereeing and the game into public that they repute
mm-hmm.
and also caused grave damages and losses. Because of the action yesterday, Matthias, the dog-out seat, dog-out seat?
Yeah.
Where this player can sit down and wait.
Right.
The substitute players.
Right.
And the official can sit. Those people, allegedly, supporters believed to be from Grand Gida, destroyed those seats yesterday because of his poor refereeing. So this particular one is a welcoming one. The LFA did well to expel him because they never suspended before. I don't know what they're going to get him in that kind of big game. This referee was suspended before. Yeah. So LFA will say, thank you for expelling the man. My friend was, I said, thank you for expelling. My man, I watched the replay over and over and again. I didn't see nothing that wrong when I go out there, man. The Grenadiers score yesterday. Nothing. I kept looking at the replay. I said, but why Josepha can't the goal?
Yeah.
The man I didn't score the goal and make it from the bag with spear and headed it and brought the ball in the pool. They go cancel the people go. So the LFA expel him and let me leave every beneba. Yeah, they think that corruption in your country is bad. You play your own profession.
But at this point, Julius, we can't tell whether he was corrupted by some individuals.
No, we can't tell.
Or so.
That's why the LFA said.
Apparently, it would just be that his own way of demonstrating.
So the LFA said Toja expulsion is consistent with the referee committee report from the match name of the Grand Leader. So every game got a committee report after the game got a report to make. So based on that report, they submitted to the LFA. And LFA is the one that provide the referee. They got a referee association too, the referee for the country meet. So that talk get and small. I mean, I'll be honest, brother. That particular goal American, so you're too. Let's go on the show. You still gonna talk to the
Yeah, just quickly. You know, something I monitored last night. Maybe somebody may want to participate on it, and we're going to give our guests like 30 or 45 minutes, all right, on the program this morning. I monitored the EPA, the acting EPA boss. That's
acting again.
Yeah, he's acting. He's still acting. Dr. Yakpaolo. Julius, interesting thing, right? Now here is what he explained.
Will
he's acting.
Will when President Bouaka was appointing this man, did he say acting or he said he's appointing the man?
The man is acting. The man is acting.
Okay, acting.
I heard it from himself last night.
Let's go, no problem.
But here is what you know that really got to me, right? The man is acting. Currently, the reason why Professor Wilson Tabe could not win his case is because he was not selected to serve as EPA boss by a vetting committee, not board. They call it vetting committee. All right. And you know who says the vetting committee?
No.
The president. The president says the vetting committee. The president has appointed Mr. Dr. Yakpaolo as acting head of the EPA. Now he set up the committee. Do you know the chair of the committee? Amin Mudad. I laugh. Julius, you know, I'm not even nice.
No, but we're not.
Give me a break, Julius. Wait. Yeah, we have a guest in the studio. Don't waste our time. Let's go to Nama talk.
No, why you call me Munadi?
I'm not waiting now. Oh, wait. What happened? What happened?
So, I mean, Munadi is a butcher.
You know what I mean? We've got to take 5 calls on this one. It's very interesting.
No.
But let me learn the story now. Julius, the president has appointing power. The EPA needs a vetting committee to determine who has the institution. My understanding is before the president appoints, the committee must be set up. And then the people do the vetting, they will submit names to the president. Then the president will decide which one to choose. Perhaps. That's my understanding. But the president, having appointed an acting head of the Environmental Protection Agency, has now set up a committee. The committee is headed by the Unity Party former chairman.
The Commerce Minister.
The Commerce Minister. Now, this man, Dr. Yakpaolo, his party supported Bouaka in the final election process. You saw Councillor Gonglo around. You know, obviously, there's no way who would have supported George Weah.
Yeah.
But rather, he supported, Ambassador Bouaka. And part of their agreement, maybe that's his own way of getting reward. His party way of getting reward that let's have this man at the EPA. But he's not yet, EPA director, executive director proper. Is acting. But the committee set up to vet this man. I heard him saying comically that he's going to be submitting his application to the committee so they can consider him as head of the EPA. I mean, who else is fit for that place rather than you, Dr. Yakpaolo, given that the president has already entrusted you to serve as acting head, and the president appointed...
He's already.
Yeah, he's already there. The president appointed a vetting committee headed by the former chairman of the Unity Party, who will also work at he's also the Commerce Minister. He will certainly work at the will and pleasure of the president. So that John always on John Red. That's all I want to say. That you just had my feeling. No, I want to say. But let's speak with 5 persons on this one quickly. Maybe other things to talk about. 5%. We're going to take a basic gap for at most 30 minutes today, and then call it a day. But call us on those numbers 0777 0777 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this morning. This is Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. We are here Monday to Thursday, 7:30 to 9 o'clock. Play this game. Star 799 and select number 13. Sky FM is on number 13 and just play with $100 Liberian dollars. Stand a chance of winning 2005. Good morning.
Good morning, Matthias, and good morning to your studio.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for this very, very, very important show this morning.
Welcome, sir.
I called purposely to talk about the game yesterday. My name is Vani Magaspi. This is my full name.
Okay.
You come from me now, or you keep on, you know that I'm my name is 15.
Yeah, my man.
So what happened yesterday, I always told people violence is not a way forward. Now that the FBI come up with a decision to expel it to everybody. So in terms of those damages of
no, but I know the minister of even sport action grand there. Honestly, I know.
I always tell people the right you own. People make mistake. I'm a citizen of Nima. That go under no circumstances, even if this guy was giving $1 million to chief on the side of Nima of Nigeria, under no circumstances that go over the cancer. You saw the last man running towards the center line, I know, for the going center the ball. Why did he cancel that goal? Okay, on the side of the Nigeria.
Okay,
yeah, agree. It's the football is emotional. They may cancel the goal. I mean, why destroy the feet? You already suffering from feet.
My man, Greg, you don't get for that thing. Thank you. Greg,
right, certainly. Let's take two more calls, three more calls.
Get for that thing. What they did.
Right.
They go spot our feet. They go spot all the dog and seats for what thing. But why? I know why the young people just think that violence is the only way forward in this country.
It is a society that's doing that.
Something that happiness that
it is the society, Julius. Sometimes haven't you noticed sometimes in the street you talk to somebody calmly, they wouldn't respond?
Of course.
By the time you raise your voice a bit, that's when they actually understand what you're saying. But that's the society.
So problem.
No, it's not about ear problem. We have adapted to this violent posture of addressing issues. Even jobs in the country. One of the person that promoted people in this country because they acted rude at Ellen. Oh, you didn't monitor that during her time? People, hey my man, give me a break. People will go on the radio and attack Ellen before you gotta know they go quiet.
About
when I beg you, I won't call him that you want talking here. So people will cause. Anyway, go ahead.
Good morning, Julius, and let me say good morning to Matthias.
Good morning.
Good morning, Zach Bembo.
Thank you, Julius, and let me commend you guys. Look, Julius, the FA did extremely well by the decision it took. But I think everybody should be held liable for their action. The referee has been expelled from the referee association because of his action. And I think there should be some action taken against those Grandidians who also vandalized that place. Look, every time we want to be the other country, but when we are on path of meeting the level of other country, then we destroy and expect people to make miracles. You witness the El Clasico between Madrid and Barcelona, where
that goal was denied.
Had a goal, and it was denied. You didn't see anybody going to look. Why is it true that the supporters were not happy? But at least they exercise a good sportsmanship and not to go and destroy what they have to play on. So I think those people should be banned from the tournament for some time and even be asked to pay for the renovation of those things that they destroy.
Yeah, I think asking them to pay is important.
Yeah, I think they should also fine Bombing County for what they did to attack the referee after the game against Lofa.
Seriously, Julius, we have to be straight and strong to some of those issues so that at least we can see the changes that we want. Thank you, guys, this morning, and I will closely follow.
Okay, thank you, Zach. Thank you. Can we just go on now? Take another call.
Right. If you have someone there, let's
no,
just
nobody,
okay, right. Let's join our guest. Our guest is Gayas Basigia F. He's a former representative candidate in Bassa District 4, Grand Bassa, that's Bikiana District. My brother wanted to represent the commercial hub of Grand Bassa County. I'm certain I'm certain this one, if you like, call me biased, that's your business. But I am certain that one day he will be representative. All right. We two need friends. We two need friends in the house.
We'll be visiting.
All right. That not just visit. There's one friend I will go to his office and put my legs on his desk and request for my lunch from Diana Restaurant. Should I mention a restaurant in fact? Look, you're not to play with me, man. You play this game. Oh, why are you waiting now for? You play the *799#. Select number 13, and you might stand a chance of winning 2,500 Liberian dollars this morning before the end of the show. You know how it is. It's automatic. By the time you play, you win. Not they play, you win. But welcome to the program this morning, Sky Morning Live. We have our brother in the studio, Basigia. Good morning, Basigia. May I have my water?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Matthias.
How are you? Is it
I'm doing great.
Right.
Thank you, Matthias. Thank you, Julius, for having me here. I'm doing great.
Now you are in the defensive. Though we didn't see you coming out openly supporting the United Party, but I think somehow you came across like you supported Boakai.
I supported the bid of JNB and JKK.
Okay,
for president.
But not a party. You supported two individuals.
Yeah, I've supported the candidates on the ticket.
On the ticket.
Yes, not the party.
Originally, you're from what?
The Liberty Party.
The Liberty Party.
Yeah.
I know that's the Bromskin. I see the Bromskin characteristic in you sometime when you come around. But welcome. How are you doing, brother?
Well, I'm doing great.
You come back to work already?
Yes, returned to work. When
was it a sabbatical?
Yes,
leave without pay. That you
sabbatical leave. Yes, without pay. Under the laws, I got right to invoke that.
Right. Yeah. And you were embraced back to work.
Sure. When the time elapsed. And I had to return.
There's a question I always ask you. I hope that I can get a different answer someday. Do you feel bad contesting in the process and you didn't win and then you still went ahead to fulfill all of your promises?
No, I didn't feel bad. I felt good that I took part. I learned a lot. I had an experience. I've supported a lot of candidates. I've headed campaigns. I've strategized for people. But this time I was the one on the ticket.
Right.
So I brought all the experiences together, and then we went into the process, and I still learned a lot. So I didn't regret one bit, and I beat up for 2029.
Political contestation, what is it for you? What is it all about for you? Is it basically about, growing your fame, growing your popularity amongst the people, or is it about, craving to become a victor and enrich yourself or impact the lives of the people in your district? What is it about? What exactly do you look for in political contestation?
For me, in political contestation, I see service.
Okay.
I don't see like the Liberian musicians sang, right? I'm not a millionaire, but I can make it happy.
Okay.
Right? So I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for fame or a popular guy. I may not be the star like Cristiano, but I'm well known in my country, from politics to many other things I've been doing, even in my county. So I'm not running beyond such a thing.
You're not interested in the fame?
No, but I'm interested in service to our people. There's a lot of things that our people are lacking that we think when we get on the table, we can push with our potential, with the enforcement of intellectual might and the ideas that we have. We can put that together and work along with other like-minded colleagues when we are in a house or when the opportunity is given for us to serve, and make sure we transform our society.
All right.
Let's say some of the things I still want to see happening, I'm carving few bills.
Okay.
And I'm working with some legislators. Few bills that I thought I would put forth when I have won the election, which I didn't win. And I'm still working on them. I want to push to make sure those things come to fruition. Though I didn't win.
Before 2029?
Yes.
You intend to work along with the sitting lawmakers?
Yes, I've worked, no, not the one from District 4, but I'm working along with some from Picano, from Basel, and some from other counties.
Why not the one from District 4?
No, because I know he wouldn't be probably able to put the idea forth like I wanted to be.
But
He wouldn't be welcoming. He wouldn't be welcoming in our life. No, he wouldn't be welcoming in our life. Be like, he idea. So he just wanted when I put it for him to go say this and that. And I'm not looking for political fame from him. I'm looking for the revolution of our society, creation of jobs, and putting more revenue into government envelope, and that revenue go to our people and benefit.
What are the specifics in those bills that you wanted to profile that you want to share with the public?
Okay, so we have the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication now. You remember when you were with Capital FM, many times I will call on the show and recommend this to the past government. We live in a world that is evolving.
Absolutely.
From a technological standpoint. Why will we still want to have the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication? We got RCT. We got cyber tech. We got satellite communication. Why do we want to restrict ourselves? So let's have the Ministry of Technology and Innovation. So let's amend the act that created the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. Let's remove the postal part, and we call it Lambda Post. The Lambda Post will be comprised of 3 commissioners, or the managing director, his deputy, and the secretariat, or an operational man. We make sure we establish the Lambda Post in all of our major cities and towns around Liberia. Enter into a partnership with our Liberia Transport Union, the National Transport Union of Liberia. And then, because the government will not have, or the Lambda Post will not have the cars to carry all of the goods when we put the idea forth. So what do? We start to empower our own people. So Matthias Lambidi got 2 cars. Julius got 4 trucks. We hire these trucks from them. I go to Basigatan, I buy my planting. I bring it right on the compound to we. I register my planting. I pay for it. Give my address. I leave it right there. I come back to Monrovia. That Lambda Post is responsible to transport my goods at my address, but I will pay. The county that generate the highest amount will do revenue sharing with the county. Let's say we're getting 50% of the amount back, and 50% comes to government to go to spread over other demanding and pressing issues and areas of government. Then, like that, it makes the government revenue envelopes to start to expand. Internally, we'll get used to posting. Internally, we trust our system. And the Lambda Post will be responsible to work along with the public works zoning part to put addresses into place. So you don't have to direct somebody, say, when you go to Duo community, one Oma can say under the tree. When I Oma, just ask her, the Oma will direct you, man, her. There's a bridge there. When you cross that bridge, right on there's some kind of small water there. Just John Way, that how you see with the blue thing about her.
So that is internally. That is internally.
Internally.
That's nationally.
Yes.
But I look at the international aspect of it.
The international aspect is already ongoing, which is effective.
We post around.
We post Olachu, the postal ministry, as it is now.
But you wanted to be shut down.
No. We are separating it.
Oh, okay.
We establishing the Lambda Post and amending the act that created the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications. So the name now will be changed from Ministry of Post and Telecommunications. Like what we did with the Ministry of Finance, Development, Planning. We combine them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this time around, we'll be saying Ministry of Technology and Innovation.
So they'll be focused mostly on, on innovation.
Focused on helping government infrastructure, developing database, creating young minds, bringing ideas, being innovative, bringing new way in which government can work, and we leave the paper kind of thing. I don't see anybody, but I can pay my money online, and my driver license can be delivered at my address.
Right.
My passport can come directly to me.
So I don't have to go to.
I don't have to go to foreign ministry. So we can establish that infrastructure through such a ministry, because we have young brains, young ideas that will watch the back door to make sure that people will not hack our system.
What is interesting to me is that this, as brilliant as this idea sounds, you are not selfish with it. You don't intend to keep it till 2029 when you shall have gone back in the race, but you want to share with someone who shares similar view with you so that it can come to light.
Correct.
How are you with that? Are you seeing someone? Have you seen someone already that you can work with?
Yeah.
Is the person welcoming?
Very much.
Do you think it's going to come to light?
I definitely think it's definitely going to come to light.
Is he a lawmaker?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a full lawmakers I'm working with on this.
You've had separate conversation with them?
With every one of them.
And when do you intend to have a joint meeting that you all can sit together and rub minds?
Okay, so I've spoken to each of them and told them who I've spoken to make the key to whom I can present the document. And after that is done, he's promised me that we'll have a conference call with this. We'll have a conversation with the speaker or the leadership of the house that I can be the expert to explain to them on how this can work.
Right.
Then we can introduce this on the floor now. And once it's properly carved into the kind of bill and the wordings, it should be like whereas, and what have you. But what I'm doing, I'm writing it from my own understanding.
Yeah.
Then get the lawyer, and then we can put it into the format it should be in, and we do that presentation. That's just one aspect of what I had on mind for me to also do to bring this change.
But the show is not about you. We're not going to be talking you exclusively.
No,
So
I agree.
We're not going to be going into all of your ideas this morning.
I
I remember
agree.
one time on Capital FM, I told you that your form of politics is a politics that will put you in trouble. I remember Dr. Kemi Weeks wrote after the Broadcast administration won election. He says some people went after him at his job at Circom. All right. People went making sure that he's not employed. He's not in the employ of the GSM company.
Yeah, I just see him there.
Simply
In
because
fact, he was my boss.
he was a communication guy, right?
Yeah,
I mean, consultant
And
or
I
so.
wa- and then I was
Director
one
of
of-
communication or something.
Yeah.
No,
At
head of the communication.
Head of communication.
Head
yes.
of communication department.
Yes.
But because of politics, people were after him. And I told this my friend some time ago that your style of politics, you want to call a spade in this gullible society, people will come after you. Yet you still going ahead with that. Now you are at a point where you have to defend a regime that you supported two individuals.
Yeah.
Luckily, those two individuals won.
Yeah.
Let's begin with the office of the ombudsman.
Okay.
What do you make of the formation? Is Councillor Kanga the right person, the right fit for that area, given that he had this political affiliation with the Unity Party? In fact, he pleaded for Unity Party folks a lot of time in the court.
So you don't choose your client as a lawyer. In some cases, looking at the magnitude of the case, and when you think the case is winnable, because that's what how you will say, okay, I think I can take the case, or let's have a conference, or let's go into, or I can take your case. Based on what is explained to you. This is why when you go to a lawyer, it's like a doctor, you don't lie to them. Finlay Kanga has right to choose his client and to plead for whomever he wants to. Whether you're from UP, LP, whatever, I think he, in his mind of going to court, you are pleading for a Liberian. Not because the person is from the political institution. So to align that to his appointment, that the president has entrusted him into with a particular job,
right?
The ombudsman, where we'll be setting threshold for salaries, looking at the work areas, seeing how the labor law can be enforced, and all those things, the Decent Work Act, and all those things. I don't see where it will be compromised. Like I always said, I always don't want to be the devil. I don't want to be a soothsayer of something.
But do you trust him? Do you trust him?
I trust him until he can tell me not to trust him. Because from that point, I wait until that happens. Exclusively as it is, he has the potential, he has the pedigree, he can do the job. Let's give him the opportunity.
If he gave you a reason to not trust him, you're going to come right back here.
Oh yes,
that he does not belong.
I was here like a week ago, and I told you that President Bouaka blundered with the tenure issue.
Right.
So, and
but you didn't want to tell us the outcome of the court, of what the court case will be. But
yeah, because I didn't want to be prejudicial.
You told me in confidence after the show, though.
Yeah.
And exactly we saw the way the matter turned.
Exactly.
The code of conduct is a very integral part of instilling sanity in our governance system.
Correct.
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, back in 2014, that code of conduct came into existence. The document, by the way, came into existence.
Yeah.
It did not take effect. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf appointed the first chair of the ombudsman. That's
the former police director.
Yes, Chris Masakwe. Yeah. He did not
function because the entire ombudsman was not completed.
Right, it was not completed. Now President Bouaka is completing it. I'm seeing the likes of Lamik Pago, a very professional lawyer, calm spirit,
calm young man.
Edwina, Adnan Zakpa or something.
No, that's because Zakpa is suspended from the LTA, so she's not the one there.
Okay, there's another Edwina.
Yes.
Yeah, one Edwina is also there.
Yeah.
So it seems like under Bouaka's administration, the code of conduct, the office of the ombudsman will be complete, and then there will be all the staff set up.
Yeah.
My concern is, we live in a society where I remember somebody hurting me some time ago as a young man in this profession. 8 months without pay.
Yeah.
I try to take my case somewhere, not to the labor ministry, but to some veteran media practitioners. Do you know what some of the guys were saying to me? We are all connected. So what do I don't want to use the Sunday school word. What do I care about your connection, about my family's welfare, my family's survival? So taking cue from my experience, we live in a society where we are connected. We fight hard to build alliances with people, because when we do evil, when we go ahead to commit evil against other people, those friends of ours or cronies
her name is Anthony Edmonia M. Mountain.
Right, Edmonia Mountain. Thank you, Julius. All right. How do you think these individuals who are part of this code of conduct, the office of the ombudsman, will navigate through a peculiar society like ours in ensuring that they implement what the code of conduct calls for?
Considering that we connected.
Yes, considering that we connected. I know Bazigia. I mean, Bazigia wants to, come on Sky 50-50. And I know the price for 50-50's appearance is $500. T-Max, fuck about that thing.
No, man.
And how do you think Sky is going to get fuel to put in the generator? That's the society we're in.
So, when it comes to the law, the reason for which we always say Miss Victoria is blindfolded is to see no one. And it is with integrity.
Worship player.
It is with integrity that many people will not. It is with integrity that many people will not do what they're supposed to do right when they have given the opportunity. Civicus Basigia is my biological brother.
Right.
One mother, one father. Lived together, grew up together, ate in the same boat, did a lot of things together. Someone whom I supported so much, admired. Civicus was the port manager for Buchanan's port. It is alleged, without an order yet, and Civicus was terminated. I was on Cool FM, and somebody called me and said, "You don't love your brother." I said, "You see this where you made a mistake. For my brother to be vindicated, my brother should be persecuted. Get the evidences against him. Take my brother to court, and let the court say it was proven, or it is proven, that while you were on the port, you did this, you did it, and by law, we will hold you responsible for this. You either pay or you go to jail, depending on what the outcome is by the ruling of the court." I am saying we expect everybody to do their job void of connectivity, but rather towards the growth and promises we made to the Liberian people to transform this society.
Right.
It should not be done because I am known by someone. When somebody has broken the law, when somebody has done something wrong, when somebody has abused a citizen, and the law has to take its course, and the ombudsman will sit there, or somebody has breached some part of the law, and it reaches them, and they will say that, "No, we cannot do anything about it because the man of my man." Trust me, we will be the same person causing noise. Like for me, I was on radio the other day and saying that Grace Bay should leave the office of the president. Grace Bay should be investigated. Grace Bay should go to court, and when found guilty, Grace Bay will face the full weight of the law.
Because he ordered for the purchase of vehicles prior to the inauguration.
When Nathaniel McGill was in the office of the president and he did those wrong things, we were on radio saying these things were wrong. We cannot bring a government into office. And it is alleged that somebody had done something wrong, and we say somebody was wrong on yesterday because we brought the government into office. We start to clap. So I'm just setting this example to say that we should not look for connectivity. We should look for the growth of Liberia and the betterment of this country. It can be built on only one thing.
What is your
for us to be focused towards patriotism, rule of law, and make sure that people get what they need to get. So I don't expect anybody on the ombudsman to be talking about connectivity. I expect them to be talking about what the laws is, what should be implemented, and what the outcome should be for the benefit of the people.
So do you trust them?
I trust them until they can tell me not to trust them.
So my point is, why do you support the political side? Because from what I see, you don't seem to come across like you need something in return. The tone you speak in, the approach you taking towards the subject matters concerning governance shows that you're a civil society person, like you're not a politician. I mean, you calling for the prosecution of people within the government that some of us were hoping that we wake up one day and hear that Bazigia is the superintendent of Grand Bassa, so I can go somewhere
and go cool yourself
and go
at
cool up
Sunset Beach.
in Bassa. But here you are, you're firing, you're saying these people should be prosecuted. If someone does this, if specifically you are concerned about Grace Bay, for example,
I just bring
you
it as
even
an
saying
example.
your brother, in fact,
Of course,
should be investigated. If you found guilty, he should be prosecuted.
Yeah.
This is your blood.
And that's what the
you
law
guys
says.
Grew up together. I mean, why? What? Talk to the young people of this society. Why? What energy should we align to politics rather than the energy that people will say the reward for politics is not in heaven, is on earth?
I don't come to politics.
By the way, let me add that. Is it because you have a good job that you can take a sabbatical and come back, you get your job back, and then you earn something good, so you can talk freely? I mean,
well,
maybe that could be one of the reasons.
Good is relative, so I don't know how you define my job as good. But it's not because I have a job. This has been my life since I've known myself. Like I told you from the beginning, I'm not loyal to anyone, and I want to say on this platform, I'm loyal to Liberia first, Bassa next. I'm not loyal to anyone. In a sense that political loyalty, I can die for the person, I will do anything for this person. I was one of the toughest person in Councillor Bromson's throat at every convention when I was Mosorado County person chair. When I was the chair for this county. So I think somebody will say, but you know this man very well. I mean, like your father's best friend or one of your father's best friends, as it was known. But that was not the case. It's about when we say we want to transform a place, let's do it well and let's do it right. So I want to tell our young people under my voice, stop being loyal to anyone. Be loyal to Liberia. Hold your value. It better I take a bottle of water and drink it. My kids don't eat anything much, but we are satisfied with the integrity and the respectability that we hold in society. That's how our father brought us up. That's who our father was. Our father was one of the Bassa men that stood in Chancellor's face when Chancellor had all the guns and arms around him and said, the Bassa people have baked you a cake and your boys will stand inside and you stand here eating cake with sand in it. Talking to one of the fastest rebel leaders who was a tyrant in his face.
Fastest growing rebel leaders in Africa's history.
In his face. Not at his back. As Louis Brown, he was there because he was one of the guys that worked with my dad. So that's why I have him. It's not something that I borrow.
Let's look at a point you're trying to make the last time you came here when we were talking about the tenure position.
Correct.
And you bluntly said, well, I think the president blundered.
Correct.
But you're not going to talk about the matter in detail because it was in court.
Correct.
Now it's out of court.
Yeah.
What analysis can you make further?
Okay, so that we build on from where that stopped the last time. The president blundered with all of the tenure positions.
Do you think it's the president or his legal advisor?
The president. The last person to advise you is yourself.
Right.
So I would not take it from the legal advisor, security advisor, Kofi Wooden there, Benz Barnett there, the other person there. No. If they told him, you should have told him there's a statutory law. Though the Constitution gave me the right in Article 54 to appoint, but there's a statutory law that brings a little bit of limitation here.
Right.
So when I appoint to this position, it means automatically the people that they should be rolling out. And they will not roll out, or if they are rolling out, they should roll out based on reasons per law. Because there are reasons for the people remover. Since it is a tenure position, it's not like the National Election Commission where the president cannot remove anyone because it's constitutional. So you can tamper with that identical one. Like the GSC, you can tamper with that. But with the areas that he went to, it was unfamiliar territory for him to go to make appointments.
You think he was ill-advised?
I think the president made a wrong decision. I don't still want to go to the advice.
Okay.
He made a wrong decision.
Does that question his long stay in government as a citizen of the country?
No, I don't think
spending over 40 years in government with all the experience coming now and committing these kind of blunders. What does it say about his experience?
I don't think we elected an immaculate person. No. We elected somebody with experience, but yet have flaws. Are the flaws more dominant than the good things he's done in public service? No. So that's why we elected him. So, yes, there will be flaws. Yes, there will be mistakes and errors along the way, and some of us will flag them once we see them and advise him the way he should go the next time. What I said on your show the last time that I didn't complete was because it was in the code was that the president should have suspended the people at the tenure positions.
Right.
And ask the GSC to please audit.
Right.
Asking the GSC does not mean that you're making the GSC a political institution like the CDC chairperson who is confused and don't even know what to say. Say that if you ask the GSC to, if the president asks the GSC to audit unlawful, I don't know whether, I learned he's a lawyer, but that's unfortunate.
Are you talking about Attorney Jangako?
Yes. So suspending.
But the GSC is a government institution. Why can't the government give it instructions?
Because he's confused. He doesn't know what the law is. But I want to say I'm surprised. He's a lawyer but does not understand what law is. Suspend them. Perform an audit. Based on the audit report, when there are discrepancy on your workings over the time, and it is proven by the audit report, you can tell them to go to LA.
But when does one launch an audit, in an institution? Is it based on suspicion?
No.
Because
you can do an audit without suspicion.
You just want to know the status of things in that area.
Of course.
Okay.
Audit does not based on whether there's a problem or there isn't. It's based on when the president has right to ask the GSC to audit any institution. You don't have to smell smoke coming from there before. You want to know that you are sailing on a red path. You want to know that everything is working. You want to know that you met this institution at the place it is, and everything is set, system in place, and you don't need much of a head, but just modify and move on from where you are. So you can put up an audit. So it doesn't mean that when they're auditing LTA, NIR, and other institutions, meaning that they witch hunting, it is a procedural thing that should happen in government.
One of the things, maybe my colleague will come in before we open the lines. I want to try to call Mr. Josiah Jokai here.
And you need to do that because I have to do the draw before we close.
Yeah, sure. I want to speak with the CSA boss. I don't know what I can get him for, like maybe 2 minutes to talk to me about this consultants guidelines. There's a guideline that's going to be set up now that the president is going to be signing that today, right?
Yeah.
You're not just going to wake up one day and say you are a consultant or finance and think you're a consultant. You know how we have a lot of consultants around here?
Yeah.
But now, according to the information, these people are going to get guidelines. You have to go through the process. We have Mr. Josiah Jokai on the line. Mr. Jokai, welcome to Sky Morning Live, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Matthias. Thank you. It's an opportunity, a pleasure to be on your radio this morning.
Fine. A lot of people say you're putting saying people Gary around here. Let me start with our simple Liberian parlance. Let me ask for the Oma that Indo community. Ma ente in real chicken soup factory, Somalia drive. What do you call a consultant gala? Somebody find a lay hustle, they must get gala again, how to get our hustle again.
Right. So we have to ensure prudence in public finance management. We have to use resources, government funds, to hire people, professional people in different fields. For example, doctors who have been doctors for long in specialized areas. Environmental scientists who have been helping us with sanitation issue, with climate change issue, specialize in those areas. Professors, those are people with specialized training, experience, and knowledge that we need to help our different government ministries, agencies, and commissions to improve their capacity so that they can deliver upon their responsibilities. So in order to do that, to get those kinds of people, those kinds of experts across government to provide those services, we have to put in place a framework. So the framework to guide the process, to make sure that we get the right people, to make sure that we get the right companies, is what we refer to as the consultancy policy guidelines. So the guidelines is clearly a set of rules that all government ministries, agencies, and commissions will follow. Will work with us, the civil service agency, to ensure that we identify, we recruit, and employ the best expertise.
So what
professional services.
Mr. Jokai, what would be expected of me if I want to be a consultant, for example, a communication consultant at the CSA? Yes. What would I need to what process would I have to go through to secure that slot for me?
So first, we will make sure that we have a pool of experts, strategic communication experts, say like 5-6 people. We will collect their profiles. so that we ensure that their expertise is consistent with the requirements that we lay out clearly for somebody to be a communication expert. Then we evaluate them, but we won't do that on our own as CSA. Say the Ministry of Health needs communication specialists. Ministry of Health will send the terms of reference of the kind of communication specialists that they need to the CSA. Then the CSA will review and make sure that it's consistent with our established norms for hiring communication specialists, because we have all those classified positions and roles here at the CSA. Once they are consistent with each other, we get back, we notify the Ministry of Health, we say, oh, go ahead now and begin to identify people. Then we create a pool of communication experts. Then we work with the Ministry of Health to evaluate them, and we get the best. But before, it was not done like that, Matthias. Before, it was loose. As you may know, you have all kinds of people. Musicians want to provide professional services. You have cleaners considered as consultants. As a result, just in last fiscal year alone, the government lost $6.1 million on consultancy.
Wow.
To hire and service about 1,000 people across government. So now what we have done, we have proposed to the Ministry of Finance that, hey, going forward for this, for the coming fiscal year, we will only use $2 million. Of the $6.1 million used last year, we are saving $4.1 million. And the process is good. The selection process is going to be rigorous as established by the new policy we have developed.
So the president is expected to sign.
We're not just doing the in-house. This is the president of the country who is coming to launch it. The government officials are going to be seated here. He's going to be telling them that as of today, consultancy across government will be guided by this framework, so that we can ensure that we save government money, so that we can ensure that we get value for money. We get the best people to deliver the services that are needed across government. That's why this initiative is crucial. And in fact, Matthias, it is a 100-day deliverable of this government through the CSA. So today we are achieving a major 100-day deliverable of President Bwaka's government.
Mr. Jokar, I just want to hold you there and extend an official invite. Last time I did, but you were busy. You were going to another station. So tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. 50-50 is on you. So you are on 50-50 at 10:30.
Invitation, we will talk about that off air.
No problem, sir. Thank you so much for the time.
Okay,
right, but Bazigia, I mean, let's look at this. What do you make of this?
Okay, so Dale, not the only thing he has come up with. The last time I checked, when he took over, he talked about, firstly, let's make sure we identify everybody that is alive.
That PAN, right?
Yes.
That is the Prisoner Action Notice.
Exactly.
Right.
Come and tell us your ID, the area you're working in, the place you assign.
Right.
Come and fill the form. Let's know that you're working there.
And people started politicizing.
And I didn't listen to that. We have
you
to
think it makes sense?
We have to grow our society, the society of meritocracy. Not just picking up anyone to give them something. I'm an expert myself from a telecommunication point of view. You telling me that government should just take me one day and just say, Gaia can't go and be consultant to Ministry of Post and Telecommunication without me passing through a process that we have documentation to prove that we are, even to my own CV tomorrow, that if somebody wanted to hire me, maybe in the UN system to do a particular piece of job, that I can say, look, I have served this post. Where is your reference? Go to the CSA. They recruited me for this position to be assigned at this ministry. So when they come to the CSA, there's a database. And I went through a process. They will say the man went through this. They were 10. He made it and go to the Ministry of Post and Telecom. They will say he performed in his capacity. Like that, I can get a better job because I have a reference.
Right.
But not for Joker to tell you phone. But yeah, my man, you supported the Babeba.
Yeah,
man, can't
you got to find something can't do consultancy.
Can't do consultancy.
Yeah, man, you could have one silence this more.
Man, you're getting me 5,000 IUA.
Yeah, every month.
You know, every month you're getting me 5K.
So that's 6 minutes to go.
So
right.
Then I am looting the taxpayers' money.
Absolutely, without merit.
Merit.
But that's it. There's never a bad day with Bazigia. You know, having a discussion on national issues. He's nationalistic. But I mean, those of you who are still lagging behind on playing this game, pressing star, that's dialing star 799 hash and selecting number 13, and just with $100 Liberian or 70 cents US dollars. You can just play as many times as possible. At the end of the show, we're supposed to do a draw, but if we do not reach the benchmark, we might not do that. Let's open the lines to hear from you. We have with us in the studio a young Liberian politician, a political activist. He comes from the IT background. Call us on those numbers: 0777 telecommunication background, by the way, 0777 777 right, 0777 777 0777 221 223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this morning. Is this the Liberia that some of you are fighting? Is this the new Liberia that you do not want to see come into life? Is this the new Liberia? A Liberia where someone will tell you, my man, do not put your trouser down below your waist. We have waist. Right, we have buttock, but you take your trouser and put it to the buttock. They say no, don't wear it to the buttock. Put on your waist. They say no, they put pressurizing us. Is this the Liberia that you are fighting against? A Liberia where people, professional people, will be prioritized. I mean, you're not just going to take one young man who goes from one Atai center to Atai center and just be talking plenty. You see, he's a consultant somewhere. At the end of the morning, they get his solid money in your pocket. Then he's making mockery of the man who has master's degree.
Tagunje 4,500 consulting.
I don't know about that. Those are your words. I don't know about that.
No, I'm calling him.
No, he's calling me.
I'm calling him.
If he said there are any 4,500 people, then I mean, that guy, that means he's a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
How about Espole?
Yeah, now you know. So you, Johnny McGann.
Espole,
no, but seriously, man,
do
we
that.
can't have a society.
The reason people go to school and they are educated is education is not a promise of riches.
Good morning. Good morning.
Julius, and let me.
Zach, let's hear you again. Zach,
your studio guest. You getting me, Julius?
Yeah, we're getting you now.
Okay, so I want to commend your studio guest. He has spoken well, and I think Liberians who mean well for this country should not rest on putting the government feet to fire and speaking to those things that will help make our country better. It's unfortunate that people will actually manage themselves to acquire high level of education, and after that you don't even find a job to do, but people who are not competent are seen around making exorbitant of money that they don't work. So I think it's a good thing. We should have a merit system where people will be able to merit jobs in this country based on what they are able to do, what they are capable of doing, and not on the basis of somebody knowing you. So I want to encourage you to continue your advocacy, and I think all well-meaning Liberians should join you in advocating so that there will be no business as usual. Thank you for putting the time this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. 0777 We can take one more, then we'll wrap it up this morning. 0777 221 223. Guy will come here one day. We'll have one solid hour interview with him. I was really enjoying the interview.
All right.
That's why I kept quiet. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Julia. How you coming on?
Yeah, we better.
This is Abu Kemugaya in Powell.
Let's hear you about.
My brother, I just want to thank this president for at least coming to straighten out this country. The noise will be too much because most of the people noted for doing bad. So when one good man come among them, they say you wish one thing. Or one thing when you are not witchcraft, they won't wish one thing. And the witchcraft, they wish one thing too. So all these things, you don't know anything about consult. I got the information just one before I was surprised. That's why we have musician union for President Weah. All the union, they were all behind President Weah during the election because they were digging holes somewhere to get money for them. That's why they were all the fake union they were having it. So I think it's in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks for your contribution. We have to go. Basiga, how would you like to close? But before you close, there's something that folks are discussing in the corridors. I know some other pundits from the other side are beginning to raise it as well, that the Boakas administration is not demonstrating that it want to unify Liberia, because most of the employment, the CDC is not factor in the hiring of officials in government. Most of the people are the government is going after some people, removing them and not bringing in seditions, like the way it was done over time. What do you have to say about that? And you just use that 45 seconds to close.
So, Matthias, are the people being employed Liberians? That's my rhetorical question I would like to start with. Liberians are employed. You talking about institution? The people who want in government are qualified Liberians, not qualified partisans of political parties.
But so what are you saying?
So I'm saying,
are not qualified.
I am saying,
are not qualified.
I am saying, no, wait. I'm not saying you cannot you can employ people from any political institution if you want to.
Okay.
I am saying the government is appointing qualified Liberians. I will not associate it with political parties.
Okay.
Because Liberia is bigger than political institutions. We should always put ourselves into the basket as Liberians when politics is over with.
Right.
That's why I admire the people in Rwanda. You don't hear anybody take a phone and call say, I'm a Hutu. It's a crime under the law. But the fact you made that statement at jail, you're going to sue.
You don't mention your tribe.
No, you don't mention your tribe. You call and say, I'm a Rwandese. Who will call tribe name?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
They know the sad
You know
history
where you come from,
of that land.
right? So they try to block that. We went through similar processes. We yet calling on show and say, I'm a Dingo man, a Gil man, a Bassa man, a Crown man.
Okay.
I see Liberia, and Liberians are appointed to various positions. I trust those Liberians to deliver. When they don't deliver, we get on their back. We ask the president to remove them, but we wish them well. The government will succeed. The government is feeling well. Change is difficult. It's harming some people who are not used to experiencing change. Some people are used to one way of life. Every morning they go, they do the same thing. But the fact that the government is saying, no, we cannot do the same thing like this because it does not work for us. Let's modify and do it this other way is hurting others. Many persons are used to sitting down at the government office and asking, why you can't do? You want to do your passport? You want to do your lessons? We say, let's put a system together to alleviate such a thing. Stay on your phone, fill in your form, do this, do that. Somebody said, you're taking job from me. No, we're not taking job from you. We're securing more revenue for government to create more jobs that you two can be placed somewhere for you to do and take something home to you and for you and your family for you to do. But for you to sit down and say that they appoint CCD, so when they appoint anybody can say, bring your CDC certificate for us to know. That's not the case.
Thank you.
We are appointing Liberians. Liberians will keep being appointed. Liberians will serve their country. You don't say, well, we'll prosecute you as per the law. And I wish the government well because I know it will succeed. I believe in the ideology of this president. And I know definitely he will succeed. We got more time for us to talk about these things.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. We'll invite you again. We'll invite you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Basiga. But quickly, from Marcus Aurelius said, as generation A, so also death, a secret of nature's wisdom, a mixture of elements resolved into the same elements again, a thing surely which no man ought to be resolved or ashamed of, in a series of other fatal events and consequences which a rational creature is subject unto, not improper or incongruous, nor contrary to the natural law and proper constitution of man himself. As generation is, so also is death. We all going to die. And trust me, all generations will face these challenges. Today, we did not have a draw. We're going to do more today throughout the day. My name is Matthias Labinde. Been here with Julius Akobo Boki. Let's have ourselves a wonderful time.
No success with happy so you want me down in shame, but lepe with glitter we maintain me. No be no key, no success with happy so you want me down in shame.